we'll be sharing here coming from a topic, the power of resolve, right? To propose your heart means to make a resolve, to make a decision. We closed out yesterday talking about it's like seeing the future and deciding what future we want for ourselves, right? And in neuroscience, that's really the way the brain works, right? The brain works in a way that decides the future on a continual basis, right? Anytime we see something, the brain quickly sends a message back to our memory to compare what we're seeing towards in our memory and makes a decision based on the interpretation we've given similar things before, right? And makes a decision for the future, right? When we make a result, we're helping that process, whereas it were helping the efficacy, our mental efficacy, right? The ability for our minds to function rightly, right? So when we make a result, we're increasing our mental efficacy, the ability of our mental faculty to work in the way it is designed to work. Thereby, we're able to be more productive and efficient as per the issues of life, right? When we don't make decisions or make resolution, then we're having our brain beginning to work as at when it sees that thing and is trying to make that decision when doesn't have the fullness of time to make that decision, right? It has to make a decision so much in a hurry to meet the what it's seen at that point in time, right? As against if we had already made up our mind as for things of that nature, what we want to do with it, the brain simply goes to our resolution and easily has an answer. But when you don't have a resolution, then you're trying to make a resolution at the time you are seeing the thing, and depending on your emotional state at that point in time, depending on the environment you are exposed to at that point in time, you might not be making the best of decision, right? So when we make a resolution, right, it helps us to get the best of all that is available to us. We're able to use that which we have to get the maximal result for our lives. Right? And that's another angle to look at it, right? When we talk about the efficacy of making resolutions, right? It's when we make it ahead, right, before the incident, then we avoid what we call tunnel vision, which is one of the things our dear sister Beauty shared with us the other day about having mental models, right? And I did share, we use that in the office place. We use that for emergency management and all of that because it helps you. Right? When an incident occurs, it's not the time you want to start making decisions. Again, that's also the reason why we do budgets. You do a budget ever before the money comes, right? So that the emotion of money will not affect your decision making in a budget standpoint. You prepare for incidents or the rainy day before the rainy day comes, so that the fright of the incident does not becloud or reduce your better judgment in being able to address the issue at hand. And that's the whole idea of having resolutions in our lives, right? We decide ahead of time, how do I want this life to turn out? And I do it at a time when I am not under pressure to make that decision. Therefore, I'm able to make the best decision for this life at that point in time. I'm not under a pressure of emotion. I'm not under the pressure of time. I'm able to make a clear decision. I'm able to look at the pros and the cons and make the right decision for my life. Therefore, I'm able to get the best result out of